Hi everyone, this is Duke with a quick video on Mission Planner Ardupilot log downloading. In this video I'm going to go over just briefly how to download a Dataflash log from an Ardupilot vehicle. A Dataflash log is a log that's stored on the aircraft, oftentimes in an SD card that's installed into the flight controller. And downloading a Dataflash log allows you to share information about your flight or do some troubleshooting and do some analysis. Lots of different things you can do with the Dataflash logs. But first we got to get it downloaded to our computer so we can do all those things. So in Mission Planner here, I have my vehicle plugged in with a USB cable. I'm going to go ahead and connect up here with my COM port and my baud rate. Unless you're going to physically remove the SD card and plug it into your computer, downloading via USB this way is the fastest way that I've found to get the logs. If you try to download over telemetry, radio connection or anything like that, it takes a long time. So for big logs, I would definitely recommend downloading over a USB connection or even physically removing the micro SD card. We're going to do the USB connection this time. So I'm connected to my vehicle here, and if I move around, we see the artificial horizon moving around and everything. And in this bottom section here, we want to scroll all the way over till we get to Dataflash logs. Let me turn my mouse highlight thing on. I always forget to do that. So we're going to scroll all the way over to Dataflash logs here. And then we have these buttons where it says download Dataflash log via Mavlink, a bunch of other options here. But this first one is what we want to focus on in this video. So download Dataflash log via Mavlink. It's going to pop up and give us a list of logs that are currently on the aircraft or on the flight controller's SD card. And you can then download all logs. You can download selected logs. You can erase the logs if you want to wipe them all and get a fresh start before doing some kind of new flight activity. We also have some other options here. We're going to focus on download selected log right now so I can show you this entire process. If we click on number 1 here, we can just download that log. It's a much smaller file size than the other logs, so it'll be faster for this demonstration. But I'm going to select that first one, hit download selected logs. We should get a progress bar here, okay, and then it says download complete right there. So the log is now downloaded. There's no other like confirmation that downloaded, it just tells you here in the output box. So we can then X out of this window, okay, and then we download the log to our computer, but like where is it? Okay, so we got to find where our log is at. Now the default for Mission Planner on a Windows computer, when you install it, it has a path that saves logs to. You can change that, but a lot of people don't change that. So if we go to review a log, it will usually pull up the file tree, I guess here. It stores it in your documents, and under Mission Planner and logs. And then you pick the vehicle type, okay? So in this case, this was a quadcopter I'm plugged into, so I'm going to go ahead and select quad rotor. I'm going to go to this file folder called 1, and then we'll see a bunch of different logs here. These are the ones I've downloaded in the past, but this one here is what we just downloaded. If you take note and remember what the date and time and that kind of thing is, that will help you find the log. If you happen to be flying a vehicle that doesn't have a GPS, then you won't have a date and time in the log file name. It'll say like 1979 or something like that. So you just want to make sure you know which log it was in comparison to the others you have in terms of what number it was. So it can be helpful to have a clear folder or an empty folder, I guess you could say, before you download logs. You're going to download a bunch of them that are all not date stamped. But as long as you have a GPS on board and you had a GPS fixed during the flight, then you should have a date stamp, at least in my understanding. So we double click on that log. It's going to bring up this page here, and the map's not working for right now. But we have this graph, and we can do things like graph our barometer altitude and that kind of thing over the course of the flight. That's not really the purpose of this video, but now you can see that I have the log, and I can do lots of different analysis with it. I can check the parameters that were used during this flight. These are the parameters from this flight. And so I can compare parameters between flights if I want to, and all that kind of cool stuff. But now you have the log on your computer, and of course, if you wanted to, you would also be able to go into that log and copy it over to another folder on your computer that will allow you to save it somewhere as a backup. So the only other thing I wanted to show in this video quickly is that there's one other way to view black box. Sorry, I keep calling black box. One way to view Dataflash logs. I get Betaflight and Ardupilot mixed up, so the different kind of names for the logs there. The website plot.ardupilot.org is an online log viewer tool. It works great for the bin files, the bin Dataflash logs. And so if I want to, I can just drop the log in here as well. Let's go to my documents, mission planner, logs, quad rotor 1, and then we'll go to date modified, and that will be the one we downloaded just now. So I can load that in here as well, and it has much more of a visible 3D view and stuff like that, okay? As well as the information here if you'd like to see things like the barometer and such there as well. So that is one way to download logs via USB, and then 2 ways to view the logs, both in Mission Planner. Built-in log viewer works offline, as well as the web-based log viewer here that is an online tool. I like the online tool a lot because the user interface is a little bit cleaner in my opinion, a little bit easier to look at, and got some different options there. But if you don't have internet access, then you might need to use the Mission Planner built-in log viewer tool. So, all right, I hope that helps understand how to get your logs, and then you can go from there in terms of analysis and troubleshooting. Thanks.